everyone.
Good afternoon.
Waalaikumsalam. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I don't know whose voice is that.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Afternoon.
Okay, so it's 3 p.m. now, so I guess we're waiting for no one else. I believe everyone is already in. Can we start now?
Yeah,
Or do we want to wait for a few more minutes just to get everyone in?
So maybe 5 minutes buffer.
Okay, sure, can. Yep.
Right. Okay.
Team, just really your team just get everyone in the session. To those of you who are yet to join this meeting, we're gonna start by 3:05. Another 5 minutes. Okay, now in the meantime, probably you can just put in the QR code and the link to
For the attendance.
record the attendance.
All right. Okay, everyone, while waiting, I have put the QR code and the link into the chat box. So the attendance is compulsory, and we will do tracking just to ensure that you follow whatever we have in the session accordingly. Yeah, thank you.
Research staff on the phone. Can you tell him that I'm still at work and what I'm meeting now?
Okay, it's showing 3:05 p.m. now, so I believe we can just start the session. Otherwise, we're gonna be late, and some of us have another meeting later on. So, Assalamualaikum and good afternoon again. Thank you to the stations team who joined this session. Okay, this is a briefing, basically a briefing arising from the following the issuance of ASA MAB 003-2026, which was issued by ASSNP dated 24th of February 2026. Regarding the revised acceptance policy for all wheelchairs and mobility aids. The target date of implementation of this new policy and processes will be on 3rd of March 2026 by next week on Tuesday. Currently, we already have the existing policy on wheelchair and mobility aid handling, which you guys can have a view from ground operations manual. The latest issuance of ground operations manual, issuance 7.2 under the chapter 411.5, item number 5 on wheelchairs and mobility aids. Basically, the issuance of this ASA is made arising from few feedbacks and also complaints that we received from ground handling service provider and also from our team itself on the difficulty of handling the wheelchair and also mobility aid, specifically those that weigh more than 32 kg. So basically, after going through after doing some homework and also some benchmarking against other carrier, we have come up with the revised policy on how to handle this type of wheelchair that weigh more than 32 kg. So to further elaborate on the content and also on how to handle this mobility aids, I would like to pass this session to Madam Azlina from the training team to further brief you on what to do and how to process this type of mobility aids. Over to you, Madam Azlina.
Okay. Everyone, thank you for the introduction, Nazim, and good afternoon, good morning, good evening to all of you all over the world. So, as mentioned by Azim, this is the enhancement process that actually we do have this existing process, but now we do have this enhancement in regards of this process. So everyone can see my screen now?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. All right. Thank you for responding. So this is, before we go further, this is your table 2.3a. Why I show this first? Because in this table 2.3a, it is the details of the lithium battery. During the process, you want to do the acceptance for the passenger and any mobile device at the check-in counter. Just to ensure that, gentle reminder, make sure that the edition is the 67th edition, and it was dated 1st January 2026 to ensure that there will be no penalized if there is any internal audit comes to your station. Right, so this is a must for you to follow, of course, with our DG label, the leaflet that we place at this check-in counter before accepting passenger, and also, of course, at the departure gate. So for this, okay, as mentioned by Azim from SNP, the existing process is already there. The why we need to do the enhancements, because we take note about the issues, the complaint, the difficulties by our GHA team, specifically for our any of the below the wing ground handler team, apparent team, in regards all the stations. So we want to reduce the issues, and we have to make sure that our ground handler also will be good in the way of handling of our passengers. So this is you may refer to the chapter 4.11.5.5, which are mobility aids, which is it is usually the mobility, the electrical wheelchair, the one with the powered wheelchair is usually more than 32 kilos. So this enhanced policy is to reduce the difficulty during the process. So effective March 3rd, 2026, so the next weeks. So this is the situation. In the details, passenger traveling on wheelchair with the mobility aids, especially the motorized wheelchair, they must submit the special request. Passenger have to do a pre-book of this wheelchair in the system. Usually they will need to find, and of course, what we did now is to verify during passenger present at the check-in counter. So I believe so every one of you know how to differentiate what is the WCHR, WCHS, and WCHC. So for this new rules, new enhancement, it is must be updated at least 48 hours prior to the departure. So of course, this is all under our airline jurisdiction. So means that I know that effective on the 3rd, there will be very less a week. So there will be an issue that you're gonna face for maybe first 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or maybe one month prior this implementation. So it is again, it is our own discretion. Yeah, station head and assistant station head, you may do the justification why you need to accept, why you need to reject. For this, if the passenger carrying without any pre-advanced notification, so they need to do the booking. That they need to do through our reservation. Okay, prior 48 hours prior to the STD, and approval will be only granted if the equipment fitted non-spillable wet batteries, dry batteries. This is what is existing policy. All right, involving bulky manual or battery-powered electric wheelchair exceeding 32 kilos must be coordinated in advance, liaise with the following personnel. So means that started on the 3rd onwards, if the passenger, any of the agent, any of the passenger came to your counter early and check about, okay, maybe in 1 day, 2 days, I do have a wheelchair passenger traveling with me, what is the process? You may advise them to use this email as a channel for them to get an approval. So number 3, the item number 3 for the late or ad hoc, as what we have practiced now. Okay, the passenger may inform and present at the open check-in counter subject to operational limitation and acceptance. Why I mention me? Because this is our normal process. The 3rd one is our normal process now. Passenger all of a sudden come to in front of you and say that I do have a motorized wheelchair with a dry battery, with wet battery, and so on. So this is the process that you need to explain to them. So as for the current process, maybe you are accepted that, but for effective 3rd, you need to explain to the passenger. Okay, effective third, this is the policy. If necessary, you may carry this ASA as your shield to explain to the passenger the policy, the process have been changed by our management. So of course you can ask the passenger to read, but not to take picture, because this is our internal use only. Okay. So at least you have something to prove that you are not simply saying, but it is a rules given by Malaysia Airlines and this is the official item. So okay, why we need to emphasize this, because the process is a normal process. More than 32 kilos, passenger need to surrender their personal wheelchair at the check-in counter, open the closure, and particularly for any wheelchairs exceeding 32 kilos in weight. So as we aware that this usually the motorized wheelchair is more than 32 kilos. So ground handler service provider GSP shall assist and guide the passenger utilizing SSR wheelchair assistance service provided by MH staff or appointed vendors at your station. So means that if you accept this passenger with mobility aids more than 32 kilos at your check-in counter after 3rd of March, okay, so you have to explain to the passenger, okay, sir, madam, maybe we can't accept you anymore because effective this date, it is changed the rule. So if you say that we do have this morning session, one of the session that was asking, what will happen if the passenger have any connecting flight that we can't change the flight because of it's hardly to get the connection or whatsoever. Is there any waiver for them to change the ticket or whatnot? So we are yet to confirm with the other party.
Team.
Yeah. To get the information and in order for them to change their booking if there is anything that involve dollar and sign for them to change the booking. So that's why it is a must for you to put. You have to know how to define WCHR, WCHC, and WCHS to ensure that if you uplifted that from your station, arrival station will aware about what are we going to receive. Is there any special aids mobility on board the aircraft or whatsoever? Okay, why we implement this? Okay, the revision implemented to enhance operational efficiency, because you know that in the AUNZ and Europe, the labor law is very strict. They are really care about any heavy item. Okay, they have to usually they ensure the ergonomic of the safety and address the safety concerns of their ground handler staff. And number 3, because you want to ensure that your turnaround time is just within the time frame given. If last minute uplifted without any approval in advance, they might affect your flight, might be further delay or whatsoever. So that's a reason why we need to do this in advance. And again, if you say that it might be an issue, of course, we are aware there will be an issue, especially during the early stage of the implementation. But we need our station head and assistant station head justification to uplift, to reject the passenger accordingly. Okay. I think that's it. Azim, you have anything to add, Azim?
Guys, any question, any concerns from the stations team? We are now collecting some of your concerns because earlier this morning we have several concerns raised by the stations, and we're gonna tackle the issue based on case to case basis. Any concerns from the stations team?
Yeah.
Yes,
Open to us,
from
Guru.
Delhi I have one. Azim, so what we understand is effective 3rd March, without the prior approval, we will not be able to uplift any wheelchairs or mobility aids on board the flight. Is it correct?
Yes, Saurabh.
Yeah. So, and there's a discussion lies with the station head or the assistant station head on duty if we do really want to accept, just in case the passenger has not been made aware about this new policy. So, will there be one for the assistant station head?
Sorry, Saurabh, I don't really get you. Can you repeat your question again?
Just in case the passenger was not aware about this, and he
Mm-hmm.
reports or he or she reports at the counter with this mobility aid, do we still have any chance of uplifting this, or we simply deny the passenger?
Okay, let me answer, yeah, Azim. So, Saurabh, in
Yeah.
this situation, as we
I believe
have
this is
mentioned to this to the early session, so if you can talk to your ground handler team, says that okay, we have this mobility aids more than 32 kilos to be uplifted, but you aware that they did not have any approval at that time. So if you think that the ground handler can uplift that, you manage to talk to the ground handler team to uplift that, yes, you can do that. But our main concern is we don't want the things come back, says that they have issue, they have been notified, they have been said that not to carry this thing more than 32 kilos last minute or whatsoever. Then you have to justify. You have to check with your ground handler team, the below the wing especially, of course, plus your turnaround as mentioned. So to ensure that we can do the process accordingly.
The mostly ground handlers in India for India stations, they don't have such apprehensions on anything more than 32 or 33. Although there is a labor law which does prevent them from doing this, but somehow it is still manageable from the uplift station. What we are more concerned about is the arrival station. So, do we need to send any pre-alert email after the departure of the flight to the arrival station, just in case the passenger don't have the approval?
Okay, as I mentioned earlier of the session, Saurabh, so that's the reason why you need to define what is exactly WCHR, WCHC, WCHS through your CM. So with that correct SSR in CM, so our arrival team, regardless in Kuala Lumpur or any station, will know that the arrival team ground handler will prepare that, okay, let's say we have one mobility aids, one wheelchair more than 32 kilos on board. Your concern is from the departure point is one, effective third, you need to have an approval. If there is no approval, you want to accept that last minute, you have to ensure that your ground handler team will manage to do that. And of course, we have to think about the turnaround to ensure that there is no delay because of this process.
Yeah,
I
that
hope
one,
that I
that
have
part I
been.
understood. That part I understood. As I said, the ground handling teams in India won't have any issues in general. But what my question was, if at all we are able to uplift that passenger with the mobility aid, wherein the weight of the mobility aid is more than 32. So, if we do decide to accept the passenger, do we need to send, apart from what we put in CM, the SSR command, do we need to send a separate email to the
Yes,
arrival station?
the pre-alert message will have to be sent to the arrival station.
Perfect. That is
That
what I wanted to know.
yes.
Yeah, that is what I wanted to know.
That is
Thanks, thanks.
the existing process that we have.
Yeah, that's what. Thanks,
Pre
Azim. Thanks, Rita. Thanks.
yeah,
Okay.
pre-alert message to the arrival station. Yeah. Any more questions from the team?
Azim, sorry, is it just pre-alert or pre-approval from the coming station?
Only the pre-alert.
Pre-alert means if
Yes.
the station's okay to accept arrival, then should be no issue. We just advise them, or we still need to ask this coming station, are you okay to accept this on last minute? Actually, that is what Saurabh asking actually.
it's a pre-alert. Our policy, you don't have to get the approval from the arrival station. Just send the pre-alert to the arrival.
Yes.
And
That is existing process now.
yeah, and the website is already updated with this info, right?
Okay, just to add to what Madam Azrina has mentioned, with the issuance of this ASA, we will upload the new process, the revised, the enhanced process in our website, and also we will communicate the same thing to the reservations team as well.
Yes, that was better because I was just wanting
Yes.
to say this. Please
This
escalate this one to reservation and sales team because
yes.
if even if we deny at the check-in counters, they are the one who's going to push us to accept
Yeah,
passengers.
we have actually communicated the whole thing to the reservations team, and the information on the website will be updated in the next couple of days.
Yeah, by our digital team.
Yeah.
Correct.
Well, our end, what we'll do is probably we'll share this ASA with our reservation and sales team in India, Mr. Amit Mehta, and then he can cascade this to the travel agents and whatever reservation team wants to do it.
Okay, we take that. It's a good idea. Saurat, thank you for mentioning that. So we take note of this, Azim.
All right.
Okay, we have another question, Marora and Asha. So goes to Marora first.
Hi, yes. So my question is relating to on the ASB it says passengers must surrender their wheelchair at the check-in counter.
It is.
Now,
Yep.
will the station head and assistant station head have some sort of discretion over that? My worry is this situation is not a one size fits all sort of thing. Understandable if they've got a mobility aid that we can move them over to just a normal wheelchair, then that's fine. But we've had passengers who are paraplegic and have specialized wheelchairs designed for their bodies, which they cannot move in to. They have to use their specialized wheelchair to the aircraft. We personally, I'm not going to take their wheelchairs off them. So I just want to know, can we use our discretion in this case? One, it's going to avoid issues with the Anti-Discrimination Act and any issues with the Human Rights Commissioner here. There are laws against that, which we've looked up. I'm happy to share it with you later. But yeah, just handing over wheelchairs, which we do. I mean, for us, it's easier. It's so much easier for us to take the passengers' wheelchairs off them, provided it's a normal manual wheelchair. But generally, the electric ones we get are for passengers who have had them made specifically for their bodies.
Okay, let me answer this. Azim, correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Marora, what is your current process in Australia now? I believe so you are accepting that at the departure gate?
No, current process, if the passenger can, if it's a standard manual wheelchair, we will move the passenger onto one of our chairs at the check-in counter. We will get their own wheelchair.
No, we are talking about these the
Specialized
mobility
wheelchair.
yes,
Yep.
the motorized and
wheelchairs?
specialized.
Okay.
What is the current process you have in Australia now? Are you accepting at the gate or at the check-in counter?
It depends. It depends on the person. It depends on the passenger and what their issue is. We
Okay,
have
all right.
accepted most at the gate, but the ones who physically can't move, we've had 2 in the past few months where on the wheelchair there's a neck brace to hold their head up. Now that obviously we can't take off them.
That's the
It's
reason
a
why
case by case.
I understood. That's the reason why we believe so. This ASA been do the revise because we want to have an advanced process to avoid that kind of case. So if you say that a very special case that they need to use until at the departure gate, that you as a station head or assistant station head, you have to manage your ground handler team, which is maybe the below the wing team, to ensure that can be uplifted. We have the rules saying that we need you to collect it at the check-in counter while during check-in process, because we want to do the easy process for the next loading. But in this very special case, if you say that they really want to use it until the departure, so you have to make sure, and if there is any delay because of the loading of the unloading of this thing, this special wheelchair, so you have to justify.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so to collect for Sydney, obviously it's different for every station. For Sydney, to collect from the check-in counter and the gate, the process is the same. There are certain areas within the departure area where we can send down the wheelchair in a lift, and there's no need for any heavy lifting or anything.
Okay. If you say so, then you can proceed with that.
Okay.
The idea we have this ASA mentioning that you need to collect it at the departure at the check-in counter, just to make the easy process for the loading or the next step. I hope that we have that correct, Azim, and I'm answering your question, Marora.
You are. Thank you.
Welcome. So we go
Marora.
to
Yeah.
Asha.
Morora, Asif here. Sorry, I lost my voice. Asif here from SNP. Regarding to your issue about the passenger that wearing the neck braces, how is the current process during the aircraft door and the passenger need to be inside the aircraft? Still using the cabin wheelchair, right?
No. So from the door in this particular case, the passenger's companion carried them. So they were in business class. The passenger, they carried them to the chair.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So this is a very special case, lah, Morora.
Yeah. But we've copped 2 delays with 2 very special cases. So I just wanted to reconfirm that. I mean, if we can use our discretion with regard to handing over battery-powered wheelchairs either at the gate or at check-in, obviously, keeping in mind safety for staff and whatnot.
Okay. So means that you need to use your discretion on the case-to-case basis. All right. Thank you, Marora. Asha, goes to you, Asha.
Thanks, Azlina. I've just got 2 questions. One is more a clarification. Are we saying that this is applying only for approvals for 32 kilos and over, and other wheelchairs are okay to accept, or any wheelchairs?
I believe so. It's only for the special mobilities 32 kilos over, right, Azim? Hazim?
Yes, correct, correct. It's
Okay,
a
so if
bulky,
it's under
and
32,
electric.
yeah, but if it's under 32, we are okay to accept without any issues. Yeah.
Yes, it's a
Correct.
normal
Okay to
process.
accept, yes, exactly,
Okay.
Asha.
Yeah, thank you. The second question is, a lot of times we have a lot of wheelchairs, obviously. The travel agent will just put in the request in their booking as WCHR. How do they know that they need to get approval if it's going to be over 32 kilos? I know you're putting it on the website, but the travel agents are not going to know unless there is some other way of communicating with the travel agents. Most of the bookings are made through the travel agents for our traffic here, which has high number of wheelchairs as well.
Asha, to answer your question to that one, the same will also be communicated to the appointed Malaysia Airlines appointed travel agents. The communication will be blast to them as well.
So that goes for Australian travel agents as well, yeah?
Yes.
That we will communicate.
Okay. And lastly, although we've got the approval to take other chairs, or we need to get approval for 32 kilos and over, we are saying that we can use our discretion. If the ground handler is able to manage it, we are okay to accept it without any issues. And send the pre-telex warning to the arrival station. I just want to clarify that we have the discretion to accept.
Yes, it is. As long that there is no back issues, there are issues coming later, or any economic issues raised by our ground handler team.
Okay. Thanks, Azlina. Thank you.
Welcome. So I have Suzette. Go ahead. To you, Suzette.
Hi, good morning, Azlina. Yeah, just in line, obviously, with Marora's feedback as well. If we are saying that we will deny passengers at check-in, it will be open ourselves up to complaints. So more often than not, until obviously everything is in place and passengers are aware that they need the approval, I think more often than not we will have to use our discretion and accept passengers rather than denying passengers at check-in, because it will open ourselves up to complaints and passengers, you know, with their disability of Bill of Rights and things like that. So most of the time our ground handlers have not refused any carriage of it, and many of our passengers with mobility aids and scooters do wish to take their items to the gate.
Okay, as mentioned earlier, of course, we take note about there is maybe a complaint here and there during the first month of the implementation of this, especially to the passengers who say bought the ticket in very far in advance. So again, Suzette, the station head and assistant station head, you need to use your own discretion to ensure that the passenger can be uplifted or not. When involving to these any change of ticket, Azim, SNP team and Hasif team is already mentioned just now. They are in the process to finalize with the reservation what will be the process. And of course, when we have everything in place, we will escalate the information to everyone over the station.
Yeah, but I don't know that we should be getting ourselves into that position where we're denying passengers, especially with disabilities, because we really open ourselves up to bigger cases if we deny any passengers because of this reason.
Understood. Yeah, understood. Again, it is your call, station duty manager and assistant station head and the station head. It's your call to finalize, and of course, if you have to, if the effect goes to the turnaround or whatsoever, you need to justify that. Of course, we aware that be a complaint. Maybe a future complaint about this during the first 1 month implementation, before everybody get to know that we do the enhancement of this process, because the passenger will say, oh, last time I managed, last time is okay, last time is here and there. So of course, when we do enhancement, there will be, we expect there is a complaint. But as mentioned earlier, this ASA, why we have this ASA is to make sure the enhancements of the process. Okay, I hope that we are answering your question, Suzanne.
Yeah, I thank you for that. I think we really have to focus, though, the fact of if we are avoiding the route of denying any passengers who have special needs or special requirements. And I know certain stations, as also Marora has mentioned, there's more of a legal issue rather than just a complaints issue. So I think to not really go towards that complaint of denying any passengers who have mobility needs. So I don't think we would be able to ever deny somebody with that mobility scooter.
Yes, Suzanne, that I think this enhanced process is not a discriminate or what, because we still giving our special request on the special assistant for the passenger, because we want to minimize the bulky and the very big wheelchair as a gate item, so it's difficult for below the wing staff
Yeah,
to
understand.
upload the wheelchair during the boarding, during the gate. So that's why we enhance this process, because we want to avoid the delay.
Sure. Okay, noted.
All right. Thank you, Suzette.
Thank you.
Asha,
Thank
you
you.
have any more, Asha?
Sorry, one more, Azlina. Can I
Okay.
just get confirmation the email address that's on the ASA, is that being monitored 24/7, including weekends?
Okay.
Yes,
Azim?
Asha, the MHDG.
Yes.
Yes, that is monitored 24/7. Ikmal, if you're here, can you just confirm?
Yes, Azim.
All right. Thanks, Ikmal. So Asha, as confirmed by Ikmal, our DG coordinator, that mailbox is manned 24/7.
Thanks,
But
Azim.
Asha, mostly will be based on Malaysia time, Asha.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. But so then it's not really 24/7, is it? If it's based on Malaysia time.
Yeah. Because at night I also need to sleep.
Yeah.
That's
So
why we
is
need
there
advanced 48 hours. Actually, we can manage that advanced 24 hours, but the time frame given in the ESA is 48 hours. Plus
yeah.
minus the Ikmal sleeping time.
Yeah. Sometimes there are people that, I mean, I know these sort of people tend to book in advance, but sometimes you do have last minute ones going as well. Is there a contact number for us to reach someone if we have to get an approval or we need to discuss something? Is there a contact number that can also be provided?
Ikmal, Azim, Hasif, do we have any PIC contact number?
Because at this moment, for asking the DG approval is only for Ikmal Muhammad Yandoi. That's the only person in charge for the approval.
So I can say from now onwards, everybody need to save Ikmal phone number. Make sure you
Yeah,
save.
yes.
All right. Okay. I hope that we answered your question. Okay. We
Thank
have.
you. Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome. We have Richie. Go ahead, Richie.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. So just double check. Actually, besides Ekmal or Azri, the QA manager is also a DG coordinator, correct?
At this moment, only Ikmal, Richie.
Ah, okay. All right. So his designation that shows as a DG coordinator is not yet approved by.
It's not yet approved by CAM, correct?
Ah, okay. All right. Okay, fine. Now, mind. This one I put it to Azlina and Azim. The 48 hours approval. So meaning to say, if passenger make the booking, they go through our call center or whoever our these people in return will send the request for approval to the MHDG. Is that correct?
Yes, this is the current process, correct, Richie? The call center mostly will contact DG coordinator to ask for the approval.
Okay, so supposing the passengers send in a request less than 48 hours, say 36 hours, what will happen here? The call center will explain the whole process to the passengers instead?
Basically, Richie, the 48 hours before the departure is the current process that we've been practiced before.
Okay, so it's already it's already in place?
Yeah, it's already in place.
All right, okay.
To request the wheelchair or assistant need to be starting from the booking up to before 48 hours before departure time. After that, the passenger cannot request the SSR.
Okay. Because I'm only interested also because in this part of the world, in UK and in Paris for that matter, in Europe, we also have these PRM charges, which is substantially very high. So we understand from the station operational view, we will accept, of course, PRM is a very sensitive area. So we will use our discretion every time there's a need to handle this PRM. So I think my team and the rest of the station head, for that matter, will be the subject matter expert on this area. We will know how to facilitate and work with our ground handler to accept them. But given the cause that I reiterate earlier about PRM, can we not lump all other requests of wheelchair to be 48 hours? Now the current process is still 24 hours for any other wheelchair. Is that correct?
Even we have on the spot also passenger, maybe he or she fall down yesterday, today is their trip, they fall down yesterday, they need to use a wheelchair. The normal wheelchair will be processed, the acceptance as it is, only for these special mobility aids. For London, I believe so, we have no issue because I saw we have Ashmita here. While accepting, do additional of the booking, Ashmita will definitely explain to the passengers in the good condition, in the good way. Am I right, Ashmita?
Understood, but because we also like, I mean, we would like to have uniform or alignment of all these requests. So whether it is battery-powered electric wheelchairs exceeding 32 kilowatt not, so long is under wheelchair category, the minimum notification that we need to inform the authority, in this case Heathrow, is 36 hours. So maybe if the 24 hours, I understand what you're saying, that passengers can get into themselves fractured or whatever reason, and then they need a last minute. We will still entertain that, no matter, but perhaps just to align and maybe just put forward, because you guys are going to put this 48 hours for the 32 kilo battery powered electric wheelchairs. Might as well try to put, say, a request for a wheelchair will need approval of an advance notification of at least 36 hours beyond. Maybe if we can consider that, will be also helpful for station. Nonetheless, we will of course will manage as and when there is a request for wheelchair, even last minute, we'll try to accommodate. I think that's a norm everywhere. But as far as notification is concerned, or just to alert the passengers, if we can increase the current 24 to at least 36 hours, and so be this electric wheelchair remains at 48, I mean, maybe if you can consider that, will be very good. Thank you.
Okay. Understood.
Okay, Dr. Richie, we will communicate back with the reservation on that.
Okay, Saurabh.
Thank you, Kawan.
You have something in the chat box suggested that the downloaded essay can share with our regional sales reservation of fees for their scale. Of course, they our SMP team, as mentioned, they will do the final discussion. To that's the reason why we have this kind of briefing, to collect whatever ideas, whatever possible issues, or for us to raise up to the correct PIC, to the correct department, to the correct BU. So I believe so we everybody understood. Okay. So is there anything else from the team, or I pass over back to you, to SMP team, Asif and Azim?
Thanks, Madam Azima, for the briefing and also for answering some of the questions coming from the stations team. Okay, since the implementation has yet to take place, so by the time it is implemented at stations, and at any time, if you guys have concerns arising from the implementation of this new enhanced process, please write into us and we will review whatever concerns coming from stations. Okay.
Hello, Azim. I am Chen from Hanoi, Vietnam. I understand that the MAB digital team, we publish the new procedure in the website, right? Before 3rd March 2026, right? So I think station team, maybe we would like to know the links given so that at least if the passenger want to see if we really publish in the website, the proof that they want to see, they want to read by themselves, Is that possible? You can share with us.
Okay, sure. Once
Links.
it is published, once it is shared with the travel agents and also the commercial team, we will provide you all the details for your reference
Website, right?
station.
Through through website, right? So
Correct.
like
Yes.
all right. So okay, thank you. So we're expecting that to be sent to us. Thank you.
Okay, sure. That we will provide to stations team later on. Any other concerns? Any other questions? If no more questions from the sessions team, we can wrap up the session. Again, if you have concerns, write into us and we will answer you accordingly, case to case basis. All right.
Don't forget to write in your attendance to ensure that you understand we have joined this session here. All right. Thank you,
Okay.
everyone. Have
Thanks,
a good
everyone.
day. Happy working. Have a good rest to some of you. All right. Enjoy your weekend if you
Thank
have a weekend
you.
off.
Enjoy your weekend. Thank